Picture the western coast of modern Turkey. Beach resorts, tourist ferries, the smell of salt and sunscreen. Families pose for photographs in front of ancient ruins without knowing what those stones remember. But beneath these olive groves, the soil holds a secret that changed the entire course of Western civilization. 2,000 years ago, on this flat plain, approximately 130,000 men faced each other on a single autumn morning in 190 BC. By sunset, one empire was finished forever. Not weakened, not humbled, finished. The world that rose from those ashes, Roman dominance, Latin culture, Western law, and political tradition, is the world you live in right now. This is the story of the last great battle of the Hellenistic Age. This is Magnesia. The year is 192 BC. You are in the Greek port of Demetrius. The most famous general alive has just sailed in with 10,000 soldiers. His name is Hannibal Barca, the man who crossed the Alps, who annihilated 80,000 Romans at Cannae and brought Rome to its knees. He is older now, mid-50s, but those eyes still carry the calculation of a man who has spent his life destroying Roman legions. He has not come to retire. He has come to help King Antiochus III of the Seleucid Empire pick a fight with Rome. Antiochus is no ordinary king. His empire stretches from modern Turkey deep into Persia, a glittering successor state to Alexander the Great's conquests. He calls himself Basileus Megas, the Great King. His contemporaries genuinely compared him to Alexander. For a moment, the comparison didn't seem ridiculous, but Antiochus has made a catastrophic error. He looked at Rome, still rebuilding after the Punic Wars, and decided it was weak. He crossed into Greece, declared himself liberator of the Greek cities, and had absolutely no idea what he had just woken up. Hannibal warned him directly. Rome does not negotiate from weakness. Once committed to a war, they do not stop. Antiochus did not listen. In 191 BC, Romans cornered Antiochus at Thermopylae and flanked him through the mountains, exactly as the Persians had done 300 years before. Antiochus fled back to Asia with a fraction of his army. The Greek gambit had failed in a single season. Rome tasted blood. The Senate sent a new army to Asia Minor, the first Roman force to ever cross into the continent of Asia. At its head, Consul Lucius Scipio, accompanying him as senior advisor, his older brother, the man who defeated Hannibal at Zama in 202 BC. Publius Cornelius Scipio Africanus, the greatest general Rome ever produced. And for the first time, Antiochus understood the scale of his mistake. Autumn, 190 BC. You are on the plain of Magnesia. The air smells of horses, dust, and fear. Nothing quite like this will ever happen again. On one side, 30,000 Romans in the Manipular Legion. 3 flexible lines. Not a wall, a series of interlocking fists that bends, adapts, and never fully breaks. Each soldier carries a gladius and 2 pila, javelins designed so the iron shank bends on impact, making the enemy's shield a useless dead weight. On the other side, 70,000 to 80,000 men. Scythed chariots, cataphracts, 54 war elephants, Arab camel archers, a spectacle the ancient world had never seen in one place. And at the center, the Phalanx, 16,000 men 16 ranks deep, each carrying a sarissa pike up to 21 feet long. A wall of iron nothing should survive. The phalanx is not a bad weapon. The problem is its rigidity. On flat ground, it is lethal. But it cannot respond when something unexpected happens. Antiochus places his phalanx at the center, his cataphracts on the right under his personal command. The scythed chariots wait at the front, his opening weapon. Antiochus gives the order. The scythed chariots charge. Dozens of vehicles thundering across the plain, axle blades catching the morning light. It should be unstoppable, but Pergamene archers and slingers swarm the charging chariots from both flanks. The horses panic, the drivers lose control. The charge disintegrates before it reaches the Romans. The chariots veer back into the Seleucid lines. Several smash directly into their own phalanx. 16,000 men scatter to avoid being shredded by their own weapon. Now Eumenes of Pergamon sees his moment. 3,000 cavalry, ready, waiting, and the entire Seleucid left wing is still reeling from the Chariot Disaster. He charges. The Seleucid left wing does not retreat. It routs. Full panicked flight. Within minutes, the entire left flank has ceased to exist as a fighting force. Meanwhile, on the other side, Antiochus and his armored cataphracts have shattered the Roman left wing. He is chasing fleeing enemies. He believes he is winning. He does not know his entire left wing has disintegrated behind him. He does not know that his center, the great phalanx, is about to die. The Roman legions face the phalanx. The sarissas come down. The Romans stop and do something patient and devastating. They find the gaps between the units. The sarissa takes both hands. A phalangite fighting forward is invincible. Fighting sideways, he is helpless. The Romans exploit exactly this, attacking where the pikes cannot reach. Eumenes' cavalry hits the phalanx flank. Roman infantry pours through every gap. The formation that held perfectly from the front begins dying from the outside in. When men fight individually, rather than as a wall of iron, the gladius destroys the sarissa. At arm's length, a 21-foot pike is completely useless. Seleucid dead, approximately 50,000. Roman and allied dead, roughly 350. Every ancient source agrees this was not a close battle. It was a comprehensive, total destruction. When Antiochus returns, his army is gone. The great king, who compared himself to Alexander, turns his horse and rides away from the battlefield as fast as he can. The Peace of Apamea, 188 BC, one of the most consequential treaties in all of ancient history. And most people have never heard of it. Antiochus pays 15,000 talents of silver, surrenders his war elephants, forfeits all but 10 warships, and is forbidden from making war west of the Taurus Mountains forever. Among the political hostages, a young prince named Mithridates. He will become Antiochus IV Epiphanes, and his actions in Jerusalem will ignite the Maccabean revolt. Hannibal, who had fled to Bithynia, was surrounded by Roman agents in 183 BC. He had reportedly kept poison concealed in a ring for exactly this moment. His final words, according to Livy, "Let us relieve the Romans of their long anxiety." He drank the poison. He was approximately 70 years old. Scipio Africanus died the same year, 183 BC, possibly in exile. He reportedly left instructions he was not to be buried in Rome, the city he had saved. According to Plutarch, they met in Ephesus years before the war. Scipio asked Hannibal, "Who is the greatest general of all time?" Hannibal named Alexander first, Pyrrhus second, himself third. Scipio asked, "What if you had beaten me at Zama?" Hannibal said, then I would rank above Alexander himself. We don't know if this happened. We know it should have. Magnesia proved it definitively. The Roman system was more adaptable, more flexible, and better at exploiting the moment when a battle stopped going according to plan. Romans were trained to keep fighting when everything went wrong, to find solutions in chaos, to win ugly. The Phalanx needed perfect conditions. The legion thrived in imperfect ones. After Magnesia, every king in the East understood. Roman approval was the prerequisite for survival. The Senate became the arbiter of every dispute from Greece to Syria. The cultural mixing that followed, Greek thought and Roman structures, created the world in which, 2 centuries later, a new religious movement spread across the known world at astonishing speed. Stand in the Gades River Valley today. No monument, no museum, no marker. Nothing tells you the world changed here. Time has buried it completely. The olive trees do not know. The tourists heading to Ephesus do not know. 2,000 years of ordinary life have buried everything 2 millennia deep. Battles that reshape history rarely announce themselves. A panicked horse, a cavalry charge on the right flank, a Roman soldier stepping into one gap. These are the hinges of civilizations. The Seleucid Empire survived Magnesia by a century, fragmenting slowly until Pompey ended it in 63 BC. The Roman Republic became an empire. The world moves. Nothing holds its shape. But on that afternoon in 190 BC, on this flat plain near a river that still runs to the Aegean, something ended that had been alive since Alexander. And something else took its first step forward, something that became Latin and law and Christianity, and eventually a culture that calls itself Western. History does not announce its turning points. If this story got under your skin, if you want more of these forgotten battles, these invisible hinges of history, hit subscribe and tell me in the comments, which ancient battle should we cover next? I read every single one. See you in the next one.